We never thought that an ordinary day would lead us to spend hours taking apart a car engine to save a small life. But sometimes life brings unexpected surprises. That's exactly how we met Cleopatra, a tiny, scared kitten with the biggest, most heart-melting eyes we had ever seen. It all started when we were out on our usual rounds, checking on some of the stray cats we feed and care for. Suddenly, we heard a faint, desperate cry nearby. We followed the sound, and as we got closer, we realized it was coming from the hood of a parked car. The meows were soft but sounded so scared. Our hearts sank immediately. We knew that somewhere inside that engine, a little kitten was trapped, needing help. But we had no idea how difficult it would be to get her out. We carefully approached the car, trying to make as little noise as possible, and finally caught a glimpse of her, a tiny paw sticking out from deep inside the engine. It was just one small paw, barely visible, shaking with fear. We could see how frightened she was, hiding as far back as she could go. We couldn't reach her from the outside. There was no way to just lift her out. We realized that this would take a lot of time and patience. We tried every gentle way we could think of, speaking softly and making comforting sounds, hoping she would come toward us. But she was terrified and pushed herself deeper into the engine. Any quick movement made her retreat even more, and she seemed stuck between the car parts. Even with our careful attempts, she wasn't ready to trust anyone yet. All she wanted was to stay hidden, but we knew that without our help, she couldn't survive much longer. We decided we weren't going to give up on her. So we started slowly taking apart the car's engine, carefully unscrewing each piece and setting them aside. It was a delicate, time-consuming process, and we had to make sure not to make too much noise or sudden moves that might scare her even more. This rescue took a total of 3 hours. 3 hours of slowly working our way towards her, part by part, hoping that she would eventually let us get close enough to save her. Finally, after what felt like forever, we managed to get close enough to gently lift her out. When we finally held her, she was trembling from head to toe. Cleopatra was a tiny bundle of fur, so light and fragile. It was clear that she hadn't had food or water for a long time. She was thin and exhausted, her big eyes looking up at us with a mix of fear and uncertainty. She had been through so much, and her body showed the signs of her struggle. She was dehydrated, weak, and her little frame felt so delicate in our hands. Our first goal was to get her the medical help she needed so badly. We immediately took her to the nearest vet clinic, where the kind staff welcomed her warmly. They quickly checked her vitals, gave her fluids, and made sure she was stable. It was such a relief to see her in safe hands, surrounded by people who could help her recover. The vet examined Cleopatra carefully and told us that she would need to stay at the clinic for at least a week. Her little body needed time to heal, to regain strength, and to put on the weight she had lost. Over the next few days, Cleopatra would receive all the care she needed, from fluids to food, along with the warmth and comfort she hadn't known for so long. As we visited Cleopatra each day, we could see the change in her. Today, it's day 3, and she's already showing signs of improvement. She's eating well, drinking water, and even starting to relax around the kind hands of the vet team. She's slowly learning to trust people again, and each day gives us hope that she'll soon be healthy and strong. We're counting down the days until she's well enough to come back with us, where we'll give her all the love and care she deserves. Her journey is just beginning, and we feel incredibly honored to be part of it. Soon, Cleopatra will come to our shelter, where we'll provide her with a safe and loving environment. Our shelter is a place where animals like Cleopatra get a second chance, a chance to recover, to feel safe, and eventually to find a loving home. We'll work closely with her, helping her build confidence, regain her health, and learn to trust humans fully. For now, our focus is on helping her feel safe and loved. We're so grateful to everyone who supports us in rescues like these, because it's your kindness that makes these stories possible. From a frightened little kitten stuck in a car engine to a cat with a bright future, Cleopatra's journey is a powerful reminder of the strength and resilience of these amazing animals. Despite the fear and hardship, Cleopatra fought her way through. And with a little help, she's on the path to a beautiful new life. Thank you for following her story, cheering her on, and believing in second chances. This journey isn't just Cleopatra's, it belongs to everyone who supports rescues like hers. Stay with us as we continue to share stories of animals in need and the hope and healing they find along the way. With your support, we can keep rescuing, keep loving, and keep giving these precious lives a future they deserve. Thank you for being a part of this incredible journey with Cleopatra.